And welcome everyone to Oswald Field here on the campus of Hesston College. Rusty Witcher with you here on the Lark Network for a Larkcast. We had some technical difficulties getting up and running. NOC-Enid in town. The Jets already up 1-0 on the strength of a sacrifice fly by Jordan Coffey. This is an NOC team that can hit and will do some damage with the sticks. That might be a good thing because it's blowing from the south straight in, turning Oswald Field into a cavern. 3-1 the count now to Hendricks with Kainoa Mane on the hill, and they pitch low for a walk. So let's recap real quick what we've seen. Ambron Wojtek led off with an error, followed by a single by Callan Halverson. Halverson singled, stole a base. Jordan Coffey had a sacrifice fly to left. Hendricks now aboard, so there's 2 runners on with an out here in the top of the first for the Jets. Set the Lark defense in just a second. Kainoa working out of the stretch, and there's a swing and a miss, foul back. And the count 0-1 here to Josh Hendricks. Jack is out in left, Halen in center, Drake over there in right. Dawson at third base, Aiden Eli up the middle, Justin at first. Kunske is behind the dish, and Kainoa on the mound for the Larks. That one fouled back again. The count quickly 0-2 here to Hendricks. Hendricks' numbers on the season, he's the leading hitter on this NOC team with a .625 batting average in 8 games. He's 5 for 8, or 6 games with 5 for 8 with a double and a home run. And this team is loaded for bear from the sticks. They've hit 59 bombs as a season. That pitch is going to get into the dirt. A wild pitch will send both runners up 90 feet. And Cale Savage is the hitter. Savage, .324 average, 16 runs driven in. He's 24-474. NOC came into the day 18-10. The Jets receiving votes in the national polls, and there's a mile-high pop-up that will get into the jet stream and blow all the way out of play. And folks, it is windy. It turns Oswald Field into a deep cavern. 275 down the lines, 350 to the alleys, 3 center, 390 to center. Might as well be playing 700 today because it is blowing straight in. We're in a wind advisory. Gusts to over 50 miles an hour, sustained at about 35. Welcome to April baseball in Kansas. The 1-2 delivery coming up from Kainoa with 2 runners on in scoring position. Swing and a miss. Savage chases outside. He goes down, and there are 2 away. Whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Jets, we'd love to hear from you. Drop us a text, 620-217-1465. Number is on top of the screen. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from, and any questions and comments about this live Lark broadcast. A Larkcast, as we like to call it. So Kainoa working here. Kainoa's 0-1 on the season with a 5.17 ERA. Misses away, and the count 1 ball. Not a bad temperature today. We could have some thunder boomers this afternoon. And the wind, like we said, howling in almost from left center. Swing and a miss here by Halleman, the DH. Halleman's numbers, 9 home runs with 24 driven in, a .348 batting average. As a team, NOC hitting .323. The 1-1 delivery, swing and a miss. And the count moves to 1 ball and 2 strikes to Halleman. Thaxton's on deck, least to follow. Kainoa working here from the stretch one more time, getting his sign from his catcher, Kunske. The 1-2 on the ground. Dawson gobbles it up, throws across. In time, the Larks get out of the potential jam, minimize the damage on the ground out. We've played a half an inning, and the Larks trail the Jets 1-0. As we said, wind coming up. We'll take a look at the Lark lineup right now. Got a little bit of a late start to this one. We had some technical difficulties, but thankfully IT stepped up and came in and saved us. So we are ready to rock and roll. Dawson Winter will lead things off, followed by Jack Brinkley. Eli Prine batting third, playing second base. Cleanup hitter is Justin Smith, with Kunsuke Okada batting fifth, catching. The center fielder batting sixth, Halen David, followed by Drake Davidson in right field batting seventh. Yusei Hondo, the DH, in the 8-hole, and Aiden Bettinger, trying to roll the order over from the 9-hole and his shortstop position. Kirkendall getting the start here for NOC-Enid. It looks like this is going to be, here it is. Thomas Kirkendall is 2-2 on the season, 26.2 and 2/3 innings pitched, 37 hits, 30 runs, 23 of those were earned, 13 walks, but 24 strikeouts and a 7.76 ERA for this NOC team. That's where we are. Kirkendall, a lefty. I'm pretty sure head coach Kyle Olson would just kill for lefty pitchers right now, too, at this point. Larks will be in action on Thursday with baseball. Right here, McPherson JV coming back to town. As we are for action. So Kirkendall on the hill for the Jets from Enid. And the numbers here for the Larks. Dawson Winter's going to lead this off. Dawson on the season 34 for 96. 40 runs scored, 10 doubles, 6 home runs, and 36 driven in. Thank you, Jacob. Hi, Izzy. So Dawson will lead it off against Kirkendall. Thaxton is in left for the Jets. Hendricks in center. Halverson over there in right. Wojtek at the hot corner. Lees and Bass up the middle. Savage over there at the right side on first base. And Coffey behind the dish. So Kirkendall starts Dawson off with a strike here in the bottom of the first. Kirkendall, the lefty, working quickly. Here's the pitch. Misses too far inside. We're even, 1-1 strike. We are setting up here in the press box here at Oswald Field. The camera probably won't move a whole lot today, or it's pretty windy, and a wind like this will knock that camera over. As Dawson fouls that one off on the left side. And the count now quickly 1-2 strikes here to Mr. Winter. Again, fan of the Larks, fan of the Jets. Let us know who you are, who you're watching on a windy day for baseball. The 1-2 coming up. And Dawson stays alive, fouls it off. The count's still riding, 1-2 strikes. It is windy, so windy today. I'm going to make the bold prediction. We're not going to see any bombs. The 1-2. That one fouled back, right side, still out of play, and we're going to run out of baseballs before this is over. The 1-2 coming up. That's on the ground, gloved by Wojtek. The throw over just gets Dawson by a step, one away. Jack coming to bat. Jack on the season. 23 for 78, 5 doubles, 3 home runs, 23 runs driven in, a .329 average for the lefty. The pitch at the knees to a strike for Jack. Kirkendall working lefty-lefty matchup. The 0-1. That's fouled off. Right side, and the count quickly 0-2. The 0-2 coming up. That is a slow tapper that will trickle foul on the right side one more time. Count still riding, 0-2. Kirkendall working very quickly. The 0-2. Too far outside the count, 1-2 now to Jack. Eli and Justin due up as well. The 0-2. That's a chopper on the ground, gloved cleanly by Savage, and he will step on first base. A couple quick ground outs here for the Larks. And that brings up Eli here in the bottom of the first. So Kirkendall working here. For the Jets, they are out of Enid, like we said. And they are receiving votes. And that one from Kirkendall a little bit low to Eli. Eli's numbers on the season, 34 for 88, 2 doubles, 4 home runs, and 41 driven in. And Eli taps it foul. And they count quickly even at 1-1-1. It's nice in the press box. I'm not sure I want to be outside. It's very windy. Eli fouls it back. Gets out of into the jet stream and will land somewhere near Canada. They count 1 ball and 2 strikes. The 1-2. Big curve that stays upstairs, doesn't bend, and the count is deuces wild across the top of the scoreboard. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Kirkendall working here. Out of the windup. Fastball right past Eli. Larks go quickly and quietly. 1-2-3. We've played an inning. Jets lead the Larks 1-0. We'll be back after the break. Right here on the Lark Network. And welcome back here to the top of the second. Jets leading the Larks 1-0. Connor Thaxton due up. Thaxton, Lees, and Bass all slated to come to the dish here for the visitors. And there's a little looper that is gloved easily. Dawson didn't move a whole heck of a lot. And there's one away. Brandon Lee is the shortstop coming to bat now. And Lees, the freshman infielder, 9 for 38, a 237 batting average. Shows bunt, pulls it back, and takes a ball. We're in the top of the second here from Evan Oswald Field. Kainoa gets his sign from Kunske, deals. And there's a slow tapper right side for a strike, and we're even up at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 coming up now. As on the ground at Eli. Eli picks it up, throws over to Justin, and now 2 outs. After the ground out. 4-3 if you're scoring at home, which I doubt anyone is. I know there's a few people out there watching. Kyle Bass, second baseman, stepping to the dish, and Kainoa misses low. 1 ball. Bass, 8 for 26, hitting .308 on the season. That's on the ground at Dawson. Dawson plays it off the backhand throw, or the hop throws over, and the Larks hold the Jets 1-2-3. A very quick half inning. We'll head to the bottom of the second. Larks trail 1-0 back after this. And welcome back as we're to the bottom of the second. Justin Smith here for the Larks. And Justin, 19 of 65, a .292 batting average, has 3 home runs, 20 runs driven in, 5 doubles. And Kirkendall working quickly starts Justin off with an off-speed pitch, maybe a little bit of bend in there for a strike. Top corner of the zone. And there's the fastball that misses outside, and we're even 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 coming up from Kirkendall, and he deals. And Justin swings right through it, and quickly behind the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Kirkendall has been working around the strike zone in his first inning, and now a batter. And the 1-2. That's a hard-hit ball, but Lees plays it off 1 hop, throw across, and gets Justin from deep in the hole. Lees makes the play. And there's 1 away for Kunske. Kunske Okada, the catcher, 17 for 51, 2 doubles, a home run, and 12 runs driven in. He's hitting .333 and takes a strike from Kirkendall. That's on the ground at Bassett's second. Bass moving to his left, tosses over and makes the play as he vacuums up that ground ball. 2 away for Halen David. Halen David, the center fielder. Now, for the Larks, Halen hitting .373. Larks averages have gone up in the middle of their 4-game win streak. Kirkendall comes inside with a tailing pitch that tailed away from the hitter. Just a little bit of a cut action. And it's a strike to Halen. Kirkendall misses a little bit low. And that count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery. Halen swings quickly through it, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. That's a tapper that fouls off, and a little batter's box disco dancing for Halen. He's staying alive. And the count still remaining 1 ball and 2 strikes. On the count now, 2 balls and 2 strikes as Kirkendall misses low. There's a shot base hit, and the Larks have their first hit of the game as Halen finds a hole on the right side. And that'll bring up Drake Davidson. Drake struggling just a little bit, 6 for 33, with 2 runs driven in. 9 walks but 9 Ks, 5 stolen bases. Larks a threat to run. They've stolen 104 bases on the season. And the lefty with a quick little fake throw did step off, so he's going to try and keep the runners close. That one gets down and into the dirt. Halen will take second on the wild pitch. And they count 1 ball to Drake. Halen moves into scoring position. The tying run just 180 feet away for the Larks. Kirkendall. Dealing. And that one fouled back towards the campus activity center and thumps into the roof. And they can't even 1 ball, 1 strike. And they can't 1 ball, 1 strike. That one, a fly ball that will get up into the jet stream and blow out of play. And when I say a jet stream, it is a jet stream here. And the count moves 1 ball and 2 strikes here to Drake. The 1-2. That's a tapper. Kirkendall bouncing on, spinning, throwing, and in time. Nice play by the pitcher to pounce off the mound. Make the play. Larks strand a runner. We have played 2. Larks trail the Jets 1-0 back with the top of the third here on the Lark Network. And welcome back. We're top of the order here for the Jets. Jets lead 1-0. Amber and Wojtek to start this off. Wojtek, an incredibly dangerous hitter, fouls it off. Wojtek, 39 of 97, 2 doubles, 1 triple, 10 bombs, 25 runs driven in, and hitting 5.402. He's quickly down after the foul ball. Curveball from Kanoa misses, and our count moves even, 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 coming up now. Kanoa misses downstairs, and our count even up at 1-1. Removes 2 balls, 1 strike, excuse me. Kanoa. There's a strike in the bottom corner of the zone, and the count now 2 balls, no strikes. Again, whether you're a fan of the Larks, fan of the Jets, we'd love to hear from you. Send us a text, 620-217-1465. Tell us who you are, who you're watching, where you're watching from, the 2-2. Stays down, as you can maybe hear the wind. When we're full, 3 balls, 2 strikes. Payoff pitch on the way. Hat's blowing off. You can see the wind. You can see Kanoa's hat fly all the way to the dugout. The wind is brutal, howling in from left field. So Kanoa gets his hat back. Now he'll try a payoff pitch. That pitch stays outside and low, and a walk issued. So Wojtek gets aboard after the walk. That brings up Halverson, who did single in the first and stole second base. Sustained at 29. Gusting to about 45, 47. Runner going as Wojtek gets picked off. Tried to go. Kanoa didn't move. Wojtek gets picked off. And there's 1 away. The first pitch to Halverson is a strike as Halverson swings. The 0-1 coming up. There's a swing and a miss, and Halverson quickly behind 0-2. Kanoa working quickly from the stretch. Deals, that's a curve that is fouled off. As Halverson fights it off and stays alive with the 0-2. The 0-2, and that another foul ball. Not quite the same rate of foul balls we see in college fast pitch softball.
There were so many that day. There was at least probably 60 foul balls that day. I'm not even kidding.
The 0-2 coming up here from Kanoa. There's a little flare. Dawson with a jumping grab. Dawson's having a busy day over there at third. And there's 2 away. Jordan Coffey hit a sacrifice fly that on a normal day lands in Showalter Villa, but that thing got up in the air and tailed. Coffey's hit 14 home runs, 29 runs driven in. And that one is off the hands and fouled out of play. Count 0-1. The 0-1 coming up. That is off the end of the bat, pull cued foul. And the count 0-2. The 0-2 coming up. As Cano very far ahead. Swing and a miss. And after getting the leadoff runner aboard, the Jets can't do anything. Picked off a line out and a strikeout. We've played a 2 and a third. Larks trail 1-0. Back after this. And we're heading to the bottom of the third. Larks trailing 1-0. Yusei, Aiden, and Dawson all due up here. 8-9-1 for the Larks, trying to get something going against the lefty, Kirkendall. And Kirkendall quickly dealing with a high kick. Hits Yusei, and Yusei aboard. So Yusei is on, and the Larks with the leadoff runner. See if the Larks can do something here. Aiden coming to bat. Aiden 13 of 60, 4 doubles, a triple, 8 runs driven in, 18 walks, 17 strikeouts, and he's hitting .217. Yusei dive back in. Yusei a threat to run. Kirkendall. Working set, throws back. Yusei diving back in. Now, years ago, when I was just after being a student here, Hesston hosted the district tournament, and Redlands came up with a lefty from New Zealand who actually walked batters to pick them off. His pickoff move was that good. Talking to the Redlands coach at the time, he said, we've learned more about the lefty pickoff move from him than we ever knew. Kirkendall not quite up there. And comes down. There's a pitch for a strike. So the gamesmanship does result in a strike for him, with Yusei over there at first base in the bottom of our third. That one misses upstairs. And our count 1 ball and 1 strike here to Aiden. Yusei leading away. When Yusei dances back to the bag. Only count 1 ball, 1 strike. Yusei has 3 stolen bases. Just gets back in. Kirkendall thought he got him. Yusei's lead might be a little bit over-aggressive. Kirkendall deals. And there's a little line drive that will jump in for a base hit. Yusei thought about heading to third. And the Larks now, with a little something doing after a hit by pitch and a single, 2 on, none out for the top of the order and Dawson winner. Dawson grounded out to third in his first at bat. So Dawson will work with 2 on, none out. As Kirkendall eyeing Yusei over there at second base. Misses high. Infield fly rule in effect, and this will be interesting because anything probably on the infield will blow foul, so it would have to be a shallow pop-up to shallow left or center to even be an infield fly. I count 1 ball, no strikes here to Dawson. Dawson chases the fastball, and we're even at a ball and a strike. And a text saying, watching from Dallas, Texas. Thomas Kirkendall goes by TK. Shout out to all his Jets teammates. Go TK. And TK forces Dawson to chase in the count. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Good. Texas in the house watching. Kirkendall. Still eyeing Yusei over there at second base. Deals. Dawson fouls it back and on a play. All right, count still riding into the ball and a strike. And the 1-2 coming up. Kirkendall misses high on our count. Evens at 2 balls and 2 strikes. So Kirkendall again. Steps off. Yusei dances the way back to second. Okay, TK's grandmother checking in. You bet. Thanks for the live announcing. Game changer canned laughter announcing gets old. I believe that. And the 2-2 coming up one more time. Kirkendall getting his sign from Coffee. And that one stays downstairs. Yusei stepping back out. Sliding back in. Coffee threw down. We're full 3 balls and 2 strikes to Dawson. Kirkendall very worried about Yusei over there at second base. And Aiden getting you very healthily, but Savage not holding him on. There's a fly ball hit that will stay and get up into the wind. Going back, that is a shot. That is off the fence from Dawson into the wind. Dawson's going to have a double, a run coming home. Larks had to hold on the deep double. Any other day, that ball is out of here, and there are 3 runs coming on the board, but just 1 does. Dawson gets an RBI for his trouble. And that is the Larks tied up. So that brings up Jack. That ball was tattooed into the jet stream, and a big breaking pitch from Kirkendall is over for a strike. And the 0-1 coming up. on the ground and foul. And Jack quickly down in the count 0-2. Larks tied it on the double. Think that ball would hang up in the wind, but like I said, Dawson hit that on the screws. The 0-2. There's a shot out there to left field. That'll drop in for a base hit. That tailing away to the corner. One run is in, a second on the heels, and Jack doubles in too. So back-to-back extra base hits for the Larks. They double in a pair. 2 runs driven in, and the Larks up 3-1. That's going to bring a quick visit to the mound from the Jets coaching staff. Eli will come to bat after giving up 2 back-to-back doubles. Eli struck out in his first at-bat. Still none away here. So Larks stringing some hits. That's 3 straight hits by the Larks. They've taken the lead 3-1. And there's a pitch on the outside corner for a strike here to Eli from Kirkendall. Didn't look like it was a necessarily friendly meeting on the mound. Looked a little bit animated. Kirkendall steps off. There's a fly ball that's out of play, and the count 0-2 to Eli. Kirkendall distracted out there by Jack over at second base. Fly ball right side. Halverson makes a play as that got up into the wind. Halverson turned himself around, and Jack moves up on the fly ball to right field. Justin Smith grounded out to short in his first at bat. 1 out here in the bottom of the third. Larks and Jets facing off here from Oswald Field. Kirkendall misses upstairs. No action yet out there in the bullpen area, which is out there in right field. Kind of hard to see from our angle today. We don't have anyone operating the camera, so we're kind of a fixed camera today. We'll do my best. The 1-0. Count 2 balls, no strikes. To Justin. The 2-0, as Justin not cheated on that swing, almost came out of the shoes. And they count 2-1. The 2-1. That ball hit a mile high. That one will blow might have cleared the campus activity center, as windy as it is. Hard to see how windy it is, except if you're looking on the right side in the fence, there's a piece of paper that is stuck up there about halfway up your screen. The 2-2 coming up. Kirkendall misses it outside. And our count's full 3 balls and 2 strikes here to Justin. Runner over at third is Jack Brinkley. And the payoff pitch. Strike 3 called, and Justin goes down looking. And that brings up Kunsuke Okada, who grounded out to second in his first at bat. Big curve by Kirkendall, stays outside. He tried the backdoor breaking ball. And the count 1-0. That one misses away on our count. 2 balls, no strikes. The 2-0 coming up. There's a strike on the outside corner. Now the count moves 2 balls and 1 strike. That one misses outside, and our count now 3 balls and 1 strike. Kirkendall working. There's a strike at the top of the zone. And our count now 3 balls and 2 strikes. We're full. So Kirkendall working again. Big payoff pitch coming up. On the ground, slow roller. Gobbled up by Savage. Savage flips over. Kirkendall makes the play, trips on the bag. Bounces up, though. But the damage done. Larks scoring 3. And stranding a pair. We've played 3. We'll head top of the 4th. Larks leading the Jets 3-1. Back after this. And welcome back as we're heading top of the fourth. Jets and the Larks here match up. Got a text saying hi from Fate, Texas, enjoying your broadcast. Way better than Game Changer. Josh Hendricks' mom. So Texas really showing up. And speaking of Josh Hendricks, he's due up here in the top here of the fourth. Hendricks drew a walk and was stranded at second base in the first inning. And Kainoa misses outside and low, 1 ball. Quickly missing. Their count, 2 balls, no strikes. Kainoa. That's chopped foul right side. And they count 2 balls, 1 strike. There's a fly ball hit a ton out there to center field, but it hangs in the wind, and Halo tracks it down. One ball, no strike, or 1 out now for Cale Savage. That one fouled back. Savage behind in the count with a strike from Kainoa. Savage fights it off, kind of protecting himself, and the count now 0-2. The 0-2. Kainoa misses low. And they count 1 ball and 2 strikes here as we're in the top of the fourth, 1 away. The 1-2. Gets through Kunske, and we're even at 2-2. That one chopped foul, left side. Still remaining 2 balls and 2 strikes. Umpire asking for baseballs. And the 2-2. We're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. That one fouled off. And the count still riding full. Six and a half. Payoff pitch on the way. Little flare that will drop into no man's land. Kainoa can't come up with it. Cale Savage comes up with the infield 72-foot hit. As that brings up Holloman, the DH. Tanner Holloman, 24 of 69, 24 runs driven in, a 349 batting average, grounded out in his first at-bat. So Holloman looking to do something as he represents the tying run at the plate here in the fourth. Snap, throwback, swipe tag. Not in time. As you say, Gunsuke trying to catch Savage leaning. That's a slow roller. Eli, only place he can go is first base. Savage moves up. And they're 2 away. As Connor Thaxton lined out to Dawson over at third. More of a flare. There's a half swing up the middle. Aiden plays it on the run, throws over in time. And the Larks force the Jets to strand a runner at second. We've played 3.5. Larks lead 3-1. Back after this. And we're heading bottom of the fourth as Halen David digging in. Kirkendall misses upstairs. 1 ball. There's a strike, top corner of the zone. Halen not a fan. Now we count 1 ball, 1 strike. Kirkendall with the pitch in there for a strike, and the count 1 ball and 2 strikes to Halen. Halen singled. Lays off, and we're even 2 balls and 2 strikes. Strike 3 called. Halen goes down looking. That brings up Drake Davidson. Drake grounded out to Kirkendall in the second. Drake over 1. Third strikeout of the game for the Larks. And Kirkendall offer. They said he went, and the count 0-1. Drake trying to get out of the way, maybe, I don't know. The 0-1 stays low, and the count 1-1. We're in our fourth. Kirkendall backdoor breaking ball over 4 and a strike, and the count now 1 ball and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Drake goes down. And 2 away here for Yusei, who was hit by a pitch. Started things off by getting hit by the pitch. Yusei fouls it back to the fence on the first pitch swinging. Another text about the TK fan club. Let's go TK, watching from Texas from Cassidy. The 0-1. Big curve stays outside, and the count 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 delivery now. Kirkendall misses outside, and the count 2 balls and 1 strike. That one fouled back. Yusei now. Quickly even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. And we'll see if Yusei takes up what we've seen these Japanese hitters do. With 2 strikes, they really do choke up and try and use the opposite field, shorten their swings. The 2-2 coming up. And Yusei fouls it back, stays alive. Kirkendall misses in the dirt, and we're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Payoff pitch. And Yusei fights it off. And we're still full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Swing and a miss. Yusei goes down. 3 straight strikeouts here for Kirkendall in the 4th. We've played 4. Larks lead the Jets 3-0, 3-1. Back with the top of the 5th. And welcome back here as we're heading to the top of the 5th as Brandon Lees is stepping in to hit against Kainoa. Both starters working here in the fifth. Kainoa starts Lee's off with this curveball for the strike. That one misses downstairs. They called a strike outside, and he did offer on the count 0-2. As the Larks did appeal down. Kainoa quickly ahead here of Lee's. There's a little flare that gets up in the wind. That will blow in and drop for a base hit. As that ball, which is a normal flyout, dropped down, and Lee's has himself a single. I'll bring up Kyle Bass, the second baseman, who grounded out in his first at-bat. Leadoff runner aboard here for the Jets in the top of the fifth. There's a pitch that misses downstairs from Kainoa. As there's a chopper on the ground. Dawson has to come up throwing on the run. Nice play. The Larks with a chance to go first and third, and they do. What a play by Dawson and Justin over there to come up with the double play, the unconventional 5-3-6 DP over there, and now 2 away. Two outs on the unconventional double play. As Kainoa now working against Wojtek. Wojtek 0-for-1. Kainoa misses downstairs. Count 1-1 strike, I think. That's on the ground, deep in the hole, past a diving Eli Prine. That will be a single for Wojtek. Which brings up Halverson. Halverson singled his first at-bat, lined out in his second at-bat, so he is 1 for 2. And an absolute threat at the dish. Kainoa now working from the stretch. Still, that one fouled back. And an 0-1 to Halverson. .28 miles from the south-southeast sustained. Count even 1-1 strike. There's a good pitch, lower corner of the zone from Kainoa, and the count 1-2 strikes. I'm a pitcher. I'm going to try and live there the rest of the day. Swing and a miss. We've played 4.5. Larks lead the Jets 3-1. Back with the bottom of the fifth after this short audio break. We're into the bottom of the fifth here as Aiden Becker coming to bat against Kirkendall. This game moving right along. Kind of like it. Kirkendall misses downstairs. Back-to-back balls issued by Kirkendall. Looks like that one caught Coffee. There's a pitch that's over for a strike. Our count 3 balls, 1 strike here. Trying to get through a couple things. Aiden. That's on the ground. Backhand by Lees. Lees coming across, throwing, and can't come up with it. Aiden legs it out. I think it's an infield single there for Aiden. I'll bring up Dawson Winter. Aiden's got a pair of singles on the afternoon. Dawson, 1 for 2. The Kirkendall worried. A couple arms looking like they're getting loose up in the bullpen for the Jets of Enid. Fly ball, that will be up in the wind. That will blow out of play. And the count 0-1. So Dawson with a double and a ribby in the third on a ball that was tattooed. Any other day is out of here. That's fouled back and out of play. And the count quickly 0-2 here to Dawson. Leadoff runner aboard here for the Larks in the bottom of the fifth. Kirkendall comes back. Strike three called on the inside corner as Dawson goes down looking. Four straight strikeouts here for winner around that base hit. Or excuse me, for Kirkendall rather. Jack Brinkley coming to bat. There's a swing and a miss from Jack. Jack won 4-2 with the two-run double in the third. Grounded out to first base in his first at bat. That's shot foul, and the count quickly 0-2. Jack down in the strike, down in the count. Kirkendall checking the runner.
Was Texas Western, a.k.a.
Warrior Road.
Yeah, that's how long ago.
The count 1-2 strikes. Oh, missing downstairs from Kirkendall. We're even 2-2 strikes here to Jack. Aiden has moved in the scoring position. Kirkendall misses inside. Payoff pitch. And Jack shoots that one into left field. Aiden on his way home. Jack never stopped thinking two. Slips in, is gunned down. The run does score. So Jack gets a single, a ribby, and then is gunned down 7-6-4 out there. But the run comes home, and the Larks add one to their tally as Eli coming to bat. Ball popped up and might stay in play. No, just tail foul. As Eli digging in. Eli 0 for 2. Four to 1 here, Larks ahead. That's a chopper on the ground at Wojtek. The throw across the diamond in time. Larks, though, do score a run. We've played 5. Larks lead 4-1. We'll be back with the top of the 6th after this. And welcome back here to the top of the sixth. Jordan Coffey coming to bat. Coffey 0 for 1, had a sacrifice fly, scored a run in that for a sacrifice fly that resulted in a run. Cano working here in the sixth, starts Coffey off with the strike. Coffey 14 home runs, 29 runs driven in. Coffey swings and misses, and he's quickly behind 0-2. $14 home runs. Coffey swing and a miss. Coffey retired, and Jordan Coffey quickly down on strikes, 1 away. Those are other stats. Josh Hendricks stepping in. Hendricks 0 for 1. And Hendricks takes a ball downstairs, 1 ball. Swing and a miss from Hendricks. Might have gotten a piece of that, and that count now 1 ball, 1 strike. Count 2 balls, 1 strike. As that's chopping on the ground. Eli plays it off the 1 hop, flips over to Justin at first base, and there are 2 outs here in the top of the 6th. Cale Savage, 1 for 2, struck out and singled. And Savage takes a strike from Canoa. Canoa working well here in the 6th with the Larks in front 4-1. There's a chopper foul in the count 0-2 as things getting heated up here in the press box. Cale Savage over 2, or excuse me, now behind the count 0-2, 1 for 2 with a single and a strikeout. Canoa misses low. Good pitcher's pitch, though, trying to force Savage to chase. The 1-2 coming up. Strike 3 called, upper part of the zone. Savage goes down. We played 6.5. Larks lead 4-1. Back with the bottom of the 6th after this. We're into the bottom of the 6th here. Larks lead 4-1. Justin Smith coming on. New pitcher here for Northern Oklahoma Enid of. This is Justin Raines, the freshman right-hander. 2-0. He's appeared in 5 games. 5 innings pitched with 8 hits, 7 runs. 6 of them earned, 3 walks, a strikeout, but a 10.8 ERA as Justin digging in. And the first pitch swinging on the ground at Wojtek. The throw over is in time. And there's one all the way. Kensuke Okada, who's 0 for 2, quickly digging in. Few fans out there. I see a truck parked out there in right field. Can't quite see that on the screen. Raines deals, and Kensuke takes a pitch upstairs for a ball. That one fouled back. And they can't even 1 ball, 1 strike. The count 1 ball, 1 strike as that one misses downstairs. And the count now moves 2 balls, 1 strike. Fly ball, right field. Halverson camps underneath and makes a play. Halen David coming to bat here for the Larks. 2 away, bottom 6. As Halen singled in the 2nd, struck out looking in the 4th. 1 for 2. And Halen takes a strike on the bendy pitch from Raines. Curveball drops in, breaking pitch. That's a floor that drops in for a base knock for Halen. Now he's got a multi-hit game going on, pair of singles. And Drake Davidson comes to bat. Drake 0 for 2. Drake trying to get himself started. Halen off to the races and swipes second base. Coffey's throw was a little late. Pitch misses upstairs, and our count moves 2 balls, no strikes. Curveball comes in, misses. That one through. Run coming home. Slipping in, Halen David comes all the way from third on the pass ball. The Larks tack one up. An extra run, a fifth coming in. And they count 3-1. That one upstairs, and Drake Davidson aboard on the walk. Yusei comes to bat, 0 for 1. Larks add one. Raines tosses over to keep Drake soft. Drake close. Raines, another throwback. Drake. One foul back and sticks in the fence. It's right there on the screen. Another toss back. That one chopped on the ground. Play from behind the bag. Wojtek throw across. Nice play from deep behind the bag for Wojtek, but the Larks tack one up. We've played 6. Larks lead 5-1. We'll be back with the top of the 7th after this. And welcome back to the top of the 7th. Tanner Holloman stepping in. Kaino working on the complete game potentially.
Half an inning. Top inning.
That's a fly ball to center field. That will hang up in the wind. Halen going back, and now he will have to come on. Fly balls are an adventure today. And there's one away. Connor Thaxton, 0 for 2. There's a pitch missing downstairs. 1 ball. That one fouled back and out of play. And our count evens up at 1 ball, 1 strike here. Thaxton quickly even, working Kainoa. Kainoa has 1 complete game to his credit already. And that one missing downstairs, and our count 2 balls, 1 strike. Clouds are here to stay potentially. Three balls, 1 strike here to Thaxton. A good hitter's pitch. Good hitter's count, I should say, not a pitch. Hitter's count coming to bat. At some point, words are tough. On the ground, 1 hot played by Justin. Justin with a nice play. And there are 2 away here in the top of the 7th. Brandon Lees, the shortstop, digs in here. Cano working in the 7th. Slow roller. Dawson will have to charge barehanded. Throw across. Will not be in time. And Lees aboard on the infield single. Kyle Bass, second baseman, 0 for 2. Grounded out to third in the first, and then grounded into that double play in the 5th. The 5-3-6 over at third base double play. Kanoa working here again. Coming, set, pitches from the stretch. And there's a pitch in for a strike. We've seen that in the last several years of players starting to work more from the stretch rather than having an actual wind-up. The 0-1. They ask if Bass did offer. He did not, and the count is even at 1 ball, 1 strike. Swing and a miss on the off-speed pitch, and the count 1-2. So Bass quickly behind. You can hear the Lark dugout even through the closed door. The 1-2 misses outside. A good block by Kunske behind the dish. And they count 2 balls and 2 strikes. The 2-2. Misses a little low. We're full 3 balls and 2 strikes. Kanoa gets his sign, likes what he sees. Comes set, delivers, misses outside, and a free pass issued. Putting 2 aboard with 2 outs. Top of the order, Wojtek with a single, a walk, and an error. 1 for 2. Reaching on an error, I should say. Kanoa stepping off. Fly ball center field. Halen camping underneath it, calling for it, and makes a play. The Larks have put the finishing touches on a Game 1 victory here. Halen David coming up with a victory, or the ball, and Kanoa coming up with the victory. We'll take a break and come back and start the second game after this.